Thank you, Robin.
Okay,
So I've been listening to the new album.
right.
I got it. I received it a few days ago, and another stellar CD.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for producing them. Um, what can you tell me about the title?
Well, that song is a little bit of a contemplative idea of, just thinking about how I'm sort of nearer to the end than the beginning, and what I need to do to get on with what I'm about. I think it also suggesting that if I want to get to where I'm going, and I think this probably applies to most people, you've got to work harder.
And where is it that you're going? Do you know?
Well, it's referring to my music basically. If I want to improve, if I want to be the best I can be, I've got to work harder.
Okay. So it's not an overall life contemplation thing.
I'm not thinking about my end. No, I'm not thinking about sort of finishing in any way.
Oh, that's good.
But it's just I know time is limited, and I feel like there's a lot more I can still achieve.
Yeah, well, your last several albums have been outstanding,
Thank you.
and there seems to be a sort of a natural progression with the last three or four CDs. There's some common threads in there, and there's I don't know if that's purposeful or if it's just how you're writing or what you're going through.
I think I have the last three albums, including this one. I think I have got onto a path, as it were, of what I'm trying to do. And I think it's. I've started about three albums ago, starting to realise that I wanted to bring more of my roots into what I was writing. In other words, it's kind of almost like I've gone full circle. I'm back, where I started, as it were.
So
But
good.
it's those rhythm and blues roots that I think I'm allowing to feed into what I'm doing these last few years.
Right. Did that start with Something's About to Change? That CD blew me away.
Great, thank you.
So that seemed, for me at least, where that started.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, it's. I think it's just being open to the ideas that I'm coming up with. I'm just saying to myself, well, I really like it, and that's enough.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean, I'm not particularly sort of trying to get it played here or played there. I'm just doing it because I really like it.
Yeah, that's what you told me 2 years ago as well. That you're just
Oh, right.
sort of playing for yourself now.
Yeah, I think more than ever. Yeah, certainly.
So does that also translate into, I notice again you're doing the vocals, the guitar, the bass work, which is outstanding, by the way.
Thank you.
Is that obviously well, maybe not obviously, but that must allow you a lot more freedom.
Well, what it allows me to do is to take the initial idea, the idea or the feeling that I have with a song when I first write it, and keep hold of that all the way through the process, right to the end. And I think that's why I like to do, all the elements I can.
Right.
And also, I'm very lucky. I work with a great drummer, Chris, who is very open to trying to give me, what I'm looking for. I'm very lucky there.
So do you when you're? I'm trying to understand how you compose a song. Is it an idea? I think I may have asked you. Is it a melody that comes to you first? Is it the vocals?
It's always a guitar part first.
That makes sense for you.
Yeah, It's always a guitar part, which I think I can turn into a complete sequence. Once I've got the sequence, or even while I'm writing the sequence, I can be sort of also playing around with what the vocal melody should be doing at the same time. And then once I've nailed all that down, that's when I go into the lyric.
So now you're singing on the last several albums, and how has your vocals and your singing progressed over the years? Because if I recall, you didn't sing a lot.
No, that's right. I mean, it's progressing. I don't think it's quite where I would like it to be, but then whose is? I think every singer would tell you that.
Yeah. I think you sound phenomenal. I love it that you're singing your own songs.
Thank you very much. I think it's why I did start. I think I probably told you this before, but why I did start singing my own stuff is because I felt the lyrics were so personal to me, a lot of them, that it needed me to sing them to put over the feeling of it.
Right. The song "Ghost," it's about halfway through the album, maybe a little sooner than that. But from within the first 30 seconds of that song, it has a different feel. It to me, it sounded more it had that 50s sort of a vibe to it.
Really, that's great.
Yeah.
It's like I say, I've been trying to let my influences breathe a bit more, and just go with it.
Oh, that's great that you have the freedom to do that now.
Yeah, that's what I think. Having your own label makes a hell of a difference. You haven't got to answer to anybody. You just do it the way it feels right.
So at this stage in your career, does it feel? Are you? How do you feel? Because you are able to record pretty much whatever you like, and your fan base is so strong. I'm just wondering how that feels. There's a lot of artists who don't get that.
Well, I know I'm very, very fortunate. I really do appreciate that fact, that people will still come and hear me play and will still buy CDs. I mean, I think it's amazing.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to sort of give them as much of myself in the music as possible.
I think you've been doing that for many decades now, too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. A side note is, I'm 54 and I've been seeing concerts since I was... but there's something about your concerts, Robin, and the energy you put into it, and you're all there, Well,
it's just purely love of doing it, really. I think that's what it is.
So the touring doesn't get old?
No, I love to play live. I mean, you've got to be careful with the travelling. Travelling can wear you down if
Sure.
you're not careful. But I love to play live so much, that I think that overrides any negatives.
Right. Who will be on tour with you?
In my band, it's the same band I've had for about 5 or 6 years. It's Chris Taggart on drums.
Okay.
And Richard Watts on bass and vocals.
Will you be doing any singing?
I'm doing 4 songs, new songs off the new album.
Oh, good. Can you share which ones?
Yeah, I'm doing Diving Bell, Truth or Lies, Tide of Confusion, and Lonesome Road.
Great. Great, I can't wait. Are you writing the next album yet?
I've already recorded 7 tracks for the next album.
Oh, wow.
They're not finished, but they're on the way.
Do you have a tentative title?
No, I don't have anything yet.
No. Well, that must feel good to know that, you have that already done. You're touring with the current album, but that must be a great feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying my music at the moment, definitely.
Are there any of your what are your favorite older songs to play? Have a favorite?
Favorite old one?
Yeah.
I think probably Daydream. I like to lose myself in that one.
Yep.
But I mean, I wouldn't put an old song in the set if I didn't really enjoy playing it.
Yeah, all of your concerts that I have seen have always been phenomenal. You're always right on point. And it's always just amazing to watch what you do. No one does what you do.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's the truth. So the album, again, there's some references in the new album. I heard one song, and I apologize, I don't remember which song, but there's a reference back to Midnight again. And I remember that from, there's a song on Something's About to Change called Good Morning Midnight.
Yeah.
And
now, that was Ghosts.
Oh, that was Ghost.
It's getting close to midnight. Some call the witching hour.
Midnight seems to be a theme with you.
I think it's just a very strong, evocative word, midnight. You know, it can be something difficult, a difficult moment, if you like.
Yeah.
A turning point, one place to another. You know, it's got all that.
Yeah, the connotation from one day to the next.
Yeah, it's a strong, evocative word.
Do you ever get stuck with the lyrics?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes lyrics can be very difficult, you know, especially when you've written so many. But I just believe in working at it, you know. I mean, sometimes it takes me sort of 3 days to complete a lyric.
Right.
Working on it, yeah, more or less non-stop, as it were, always having it going around your head. Waking up in the middle of the night and thinking of a line.
Having to find a way to step away and clear your head for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do to step away and sort of clear your head?
Well, I like long walks. You know, sometimes going out for a walk, you know, something can just fall into place when you're not really thinking about it.
Do you have a favorite song from the new album?
I think if I had to pick one, it would be Diving Bell.
It leads off with a great guitar lick. Yeah.
There's something a little bit magical about that, you know, that you don't come across very often.
No, and diving bells are something you don't see anymore.
That's right.
Yeah. It definitely has it evokes something older.
Yeah, I think it's that, letting those rhythm and blues things come through, you know?
Yeah.
Those influences.
Who did you learn how to play the guitar from?
When I was young, I was a big fan of Elvis, and so Scotty Moore, his guitar playing was probably the reason why I wanted to play guitar. And then the next big influence would be B.B. King.
Right.
The next influence after that would be Albert King. And then Jimi Hendrix was the main influence after that.
Right.
But there are other players as well that I've been influenced by.
Were you tired of the Jimi Hendrix comparisons?
Well, I just think whenever people compare me to him, I just don't think it's fair on Jimi Hendrix because he was a genius. You know, and I don't think anybody should be able to be compared to him. There's no one else in that league, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. But you've been able to create your own sound, you know, it's been decades now, and just carry that through with new music, and I'm continually impressed.
Pardon?
I said I'm continually impressed by you.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
with you being able to, you developed your own sound and your own style, and you've been able to carry that along for decades now. And I'm happy for you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I really appreciate your time, Robin. I know you're doing 1,000 of these phone interviews.
That's okay. That's fine.
I appreciate it. I'm wondering what I'm wondering what I
I'll
could.
see you in Virginia.
Yeah, on the 2nd.
Okay, mate. Bye.
Thank you, Robin.
Bye for now. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.